But first, let's by kind of centering on our North Star, the reason why our mission is so important and critical for the donation and transplantation community. Our very own Bernadette J will introduce you to Nicole Nidea, our UNOS ambassador and partner in furthering our mission and the mission of a really neat organization that she's going to give us some insight into. So take it away, Bernadette and Nicole.
Thank you, Kristen. Good morning, everyone. Can you guys hear me okay? Perfect. I'm Bernadette, and I work in our communications department with our ambassadors like Nicole. Now, a majority of our ambassadors, they're recipients, they're living donors, caregivers, professionals who are passionate about supporting UNOS. But there's a growing student audience that is active in supporting UNOS's life-saving mission. And joining us today is UNOS ambassador and advocate Nicole Nidea. She is helping to educate high school and college students about UNOS and raising awareness. Nicole is the program director for SODA, which stands for Student Organ Donation Advocates. Nicole, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me here today.
Yeah, thank you sincerely for joining us. We certainly feel like you're part of Team UNOS. We see snapshots here on the screen of you and countless students. My grandmother would say young folks participating in activities about organ donation all across the country. Tell everybody about SODA.
Yeah, of course. So our first ever SODA chapter was founded in 2014, but our story really begins in 2009 when our founder and president, Sarah Miller, experienced the power of organ donation firsthand. Sarah's older sister, Laura, was 14 at the time, and she was experiencing headaches for a few months. The doctors just told her it was growing pains and told her to take some Tylenol. But one morning, she suffered a series of seizures, so she was rushed off to the ER. At the hospital, they diagnosed her with brain cancer, and 3 days later, she was declared brain dead. The family was approached about organ donation, and their parents, Susan and Ron, supported organ donation, but it was a difficult conversation for them to have because they were talking about their daughter, who they thought was healthy only 3 days earlier. But a social worker also approached Sarah, who was only 12 years old at the time, and she was very, very adamant that no other family experienced loss the way that the Millers did. So she encouraged Susan and Ron to allow Laura to be an organ donor. And she was an organ donor. She was able to save the life of Trish, who was a 40-year-old at the time, special education teacher who is still doing well with Laura's liver today. And after that experience, the entire Miller family became organ donation advocates. And Sarah started telling everybody at her middle school about organ donation and then her high school about organ donation. And she really realized that students had an important role to play in reducing the organ shortage. So when she started at college at Washington University in St. Louis in 2014, she founded the first ever SODA chapter. And I came along as a freshman a year later in 2015, and I joined that chapter as well. We began expanding to other campuses in 2017, 2018 time, and we became an official nonprofit in 2020. And today there are 56 high school, college, and graduate school chapters across the country advocating for organ donation, and they have two main goals, those chapters. It's to educate their peers about the importance of organ, eye, and tissue donation and register their peers as organ, eye, and tissue donors. And SODA National, our national nonprofit, provides them with free resources so that they can do that. So we provide them with mentorship. There's a full-time team member on the SODA team who is here to walk them through the chapter application process and any challenges they might have while they're advocating in their community. We provide them with event funding, so up to $200 per semester so they can host education and registration events. And we also provide them with supplies like t-shirts, tablecloths, table runners, all that type of stuff to make the event successful as well. And we have how-to guides on our website as well. So about 25 guides on different topics on how to host an education event or how to find other students who are interested in organ donation as well. And thanks to these resources, our students have educated over 55,000 people about organ donation and registered over 5,000 people as organ donors.
That is amazing. Supporting 56 chapters. The theme of today's excellence is focusing on resources and budgeting, and the ambassador program is a resource. And the same holds true for SODA, as you just mentioned. It is indeed a wonderful resource for high school and college students. Talk a little bit now about why did SODA decide to partner with UNOS to strengthen our ambassador program?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense because both of our missions complement each other very well. We both want to reduce organ shortage, and we also want to support organ donation advocates. But because SODA focuses on teens and young adults, we're able to create lifelong organ donation advocates. So I'm living proof of that. At the time when I joined my SODA chapter, when I was 18 years old, I had no personal connection to organ donation. But now I advocate for organ donation for my full-time job. But this story is so not unique. All of our student leaders end up being lifelong advocates. For example, Allison founded SODA at University of Massachusetts Lowell, and she has since graduated. But today she's a nurse and she does transplant research. It's really great for us to be able to support students at a young age because we're able to introduce the UNOS brand and get them to know and love UNOS from the very first steps of their advocacy journey. And we have proof that this is working because I know that Maddie, who founded SODA at George Mason University, who's a transplant recipient, actually reached out to UNOS to share her story. So it's really exciting to see our partnership blossom in this way and to know that our students have a way to advocate for organ donation through the UNOS Ambassador Program once they've graduated from high school, college, or graduate school.
Nicole, our sincere thanks to you and SODA for all of your support. I know it's 8 a.m. where you are, so we appreciate you allotting this time to speak to us. Team UNOS, let's show Nicole some love. I'll drop her story of hope in the chat for everyone, along with Sarah's, who's the founder of SODA. Thank you, Nicole, for hopping on this call and being such a tremendous support. We appreciate you. Kristen, I'll hand it back over to you.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Nicole. As somebody with the last name Sisaitong, I apologize for mispronouncing your last name. But this is, oh, look, I have a little coworker here. We are just so excited that you were able to join us this morning. And we're so excited to partner with SODA and the important work that you all do. I know that you're a small team with a big vision and big mission. So we really appreciate your time today, and we'll be sure to check out. We put the sodanational.org website in the chat, so definitely check it out. There's definitely ways to get involved, get your kids and your family members involved, and help us to continue in pursuit of advocating for organ donation, particularly in this important month of April. So thank you so much, Nicole.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you to the UNOS team for supporting our student advocates.